to another week of Dire Omen. Let's go ahead and check up with the party and see what they're all doing. Oh dear, let's not go there yet. Shh, don't worry about that. That never happened. Alright. Currently they're all laying here. Where the hell they go? They're gone. There they are. Now everyone, welcome back. And of course, we all have what happened last game, which was you all got into a fight. Good one. Wasn't so bad. Then you all ended up deciding to take a rest here because that's where you needed to. You make sure you didn't die anymore. And after your rest, go and heal. Everybody gets fixed up. What is your game plan at the end of this?
Let's see, recover spell slots, everything.
Are you taking a long rest or a short rest?
I assume we're taking a long rest because we really need the long rest.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like,
I want that fat nap.
yeah, everybody sits there. You all hear strange noises throughout the night, of course. But nothing seems to go down into these ravines that you're in.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
The bed bugs didn't bite after all.
No, they definitely did. Just not anything crazy. Just like the little ants and stuff.
Fucking ants.
Yeah, the damn ants were smelling all the wonderful delights you have in your bag.
Stupid ants.
So.
Well, this mission suddenly got a lot more dangerous. Shall we continue exploring?
No, I also figured we stay here. Of course we're gonna go exploring.
So with
Well,
the options in front of you, you can choose what to do. However, while you will notice the entirety of the sky and everything that came with it, and also noticing the fact that that terrible person was in the sky, you see another Spelljammer ship actually going down on the planet. It looks like Dire Omen.
It looks like the Diroman.
Yeah, and it seems like it's going toward the north.
Would Soren have trajectory enough to understand where it might be heading aside from the north direction, like how close or far it might be?
Yeah, exactly. It's probably about 20-minute run to get there.
Okay.
a 20-minute run, you say?
Yeah, about a 20-minute run.
So does Soren understand that it looked like the Diroman?
Yeah, it looked like the Dire Omen.
Okay. Soren is just gonna start taking off.
Eh? Thorin? Goodness. Aeolus is going to quickly start following because he doesn't want to be left alone.
It's like, can't run this fast. What's going on?
It looked like the Diroman. If I love anything more than myself, it's my fucking ship.
And for the sake of this, you all do get rather far before anything ever happens. So I'll say you all can get fast travel to the next map.
Okay, cool.
Okay, fast travel to the next map it is.
Thank you, Dungeon Master.
I'm so thoughtful, I know.
Oh, kind.
And for a moment, it seems like everything's kind of fine. You get into this very almost whimsical look. The nasty, corrosive look of the last four is bleeding into a whimsical, almost as if the same type of place that you entered before, with the trees glowing and the fireflies moving about.
Soren still continuing his pace. Come on, we have to go now.
You see V actually hold your arm. You have to wait. If we keep running, we're going to run into something that we don't want to.
Yeah, my ship.
You don't want to run into your ship?
Well, yeah, you know what I mean.
He just stops here for a minute. If we go too fast, we're going to end up getting people here. We'll find your
Okay,
ship.
fine.
Just, we want to at least live to get there.
Fine. Soren catching his breath.
This is quite the forced march we got here.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm trying to get off this planet while the getting off is getting good. I don't know if anyone else saw what I saw in the sky up there, but that spells danger for everybody. Me especially.
You actually see right above you the dire Omen fly by, and it seems to turn and move up north.
Hey! Soren begins waving his arms and screaming.
Ignore the moving map that I just had to fix.
We're down here!
You notice him actually come to a stop over what looks like water. Let's go.
Come on, Iolus.
Yeah.
Move them chef legs.
Yes.
You see V come to a stop looking at it. As you see Neo wave his hands up. Come on!
Let's go. Ah, beautiful ship. I didn't think I'd ever see you again. Oh my god, I love it.
So before he drops the ladder, you see him look at everybody. Where's Sheikah?
He fell behind. And by that I mean he's dead.
You see him narrow his eyes. Where's
I know what you're
Kings?
thinking. I know what you're thinking. I did not shoot them.
He
We
looks
ran
over at you.
afoul of some spider beast, if that's what you're asking.
CV, you look up at him. They didn't do it. We don't know where King is. Then he just shakes his head. Fuck, don't have time for this. Come on!
Iolus, I saw him pushing Iolus to the side. Captain first. Did he throw us a rope of any kind, or?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
threw
he
us at the
dropped.
ladder, yes.
Yeah.
It's like you basically just tug Aeolus off the ladder.
It's like V just waits for you to get up there.
Thank you, V, as Aeolus tries to as quickly as possible get up the ladder.
So V does the same, then pulls it up. Neo looks at you. Where's King?
I don't know where King is. We found Sheikah in a cave, all wrapped up in spider webs. It was gross. We gotta get the fuck off this plane.
The last time I saw King, he was chasing after Sheikah, but as I said, they were taken away by some spider beast during the night.
We'll do a flyby then. We'll stay high enough up and try and find him.
Fly by, but if we don't find him, we're out of here.
You see V look up at you like with that questioning gaze, like, are you sure?
Soren puts on his helmet. Positive.
Yeah. So, you all start lifting up in the sky. As you notice, your ship is shaking violently as everyone has to grip onto something just to keep stable. This is what I was trying to tell you before. This happened immediately after whatever happened in the sky.
What's wrong with the ship?
Nothing's wrong with the ship. She's built sturdy. Just hold on to something.
Built sturdy that I had to rebuild with all the materials that we had left on here.
Yeah,
What?
I'm sure you'll send me a bill.
You dumbass, that means that we're living on spare parts.
Well, if everyone had did what I told them to when we got here, we'd have enough money to fix the ship. I never said it was perfect.
I'm pretty sure the act of God that happened up in sky is not something that we had planned.
I think anybody that's seen the ship that I seen knows exactly what's going on. You've been on these waters long enough. You know what's going on out there. You heard the same song I did, no doubt.
He just looks at you. What song?
Soren takes his hand off the wheel for a moment. Yeah.
As you immediately start to spin, you have to constantly be holding that or it's going to fall.
Soren
It's like,
grips it.
he just lands on the side. It's like, what are you doing?
Aeolus is just hanging on for dear life.
Would Soren know who pilots that ship?
You've
Or-
heard of him, yeah.
Yeah.
You haven't met him firsthand until just then.
The song that everybody... As he grips the wheel tighter.
As
The
you
song
get
that
it
everybody-
level again, it's still shaking, but you got
He
it.
finally gets it to the pivot point. The song that everybody talks about, Golden fucking Vandal.
That he had nothing to do with whatever the hell just erupted out of the sky. Just, you know what? Fly by. Let's look for King, and then I'll explain a little bit more. Everybody,
Soren.
eyes peeled.
Soren takes up the ship a little bit before he continues. Oh, hold on a second. God damn it.
Is there a point in time where it gets stable enough that Aeolus can actually start walking around the ship to
Yeah,
look
yeah.
over it?
Yes, it takes a minute, but you are still shaking as you kind of. It's like having constant sea legs. You're trying to fix it and level out, but you get to the other side.
Anyone pukes on my ship, I'll throw you overboard myself.
I don't think I have anything to puke right now, Soren.
Yeah, well,
I'm pretty sure the only person that has to worry about vomit is you.
I know how to handle this ship.
Yeah, but do you know how to handle it in your mask?
Yeah.
So, after doing a quick run through, you actually see things that you didn't expect. All the gas that was around the planet, gone. All the dead ships, gone. It burned up in the fire. And you see... You see the vast majority of different kind of like regions. An entire area that looks like built of slime. And you see this giant slime monster press down on what looks like old bodies. And he starts bleeding out new, almost human, that you saw before, only different shapes and sizes as it goes back into this pool of just gel. Further on, you see aquatic creatures fighting underneath the sea, big, long, dragon-like creatures. Some even jump up onto the surface and bite down on creatures, pull them back in. Forests that overgrown, and you see creatures become some of the trees and move about. This planet does not seem to have any hospitality for anybody. As you also see King fighting what looks like a bunch of like bees, and after a while he grabs one, pulls the like antenna down, and stabs into somebody with the stinger, and then another one hits him in the back, and he just tears it off and slams him down. As you see his body spin a little bit, and he falls. There.
During this time, like you mentioned that they were like broken ships. Like, are they all destroyed?
All of the ones that you had to fly through to get onto the planet are gone now. Like, it's just, it's empty. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty bad. That means like whatever we got here is what we got. No chance of repairing the ship with those spare parts in those ships. That they're
Hold on, I'm bringing her about.
The whole fucking thing starts shaking violently again. Still trying to go through. It's like being through constant turbulence.
Goodness, Aeolus is just gonna keep holding on.
You see, for a moment, Neo looks down at the ground. Here, I got it. As he throws down the ladder, slides down, and starts pulling King up with all of his force. Like, Jesus Christ, man. Before throwing him onto the deck. King's unconscious as he just kind of tries to slap him awake. He's just knocked out. Venom. We need to go to the nearest junction. I think Scion's the only one that's close.
Scion it is. Everybody buckle up. As Soren high fires the fucking Sunforge and takes straight off into the atmosphere.
Yeah. So you notice that the crystals inside are shattering faster and faster. You have probably just enough to get there if you are constantly flying the ship. It still will take weeks to get there, but with everybody constantly taking shifts, you probably can get there.
Okay.
So. Out in the vast astral sea, you notice that it kind of levels out. It's still shaking, but not as violently. As it's Neo's turn to take the ship after about a day and a half. As he sits there holding it, he finally... You can tell that you all have been on edge for the past day. Before coming to a stop, he realizes they can finally speak. Oh my God. I don't know what it was that happened. But all I know
My
is
money-
that every time I'm sailing through the skies recently, like while we were on this, I've seen 1,000,000,000 ships without any issue. Over here, we have to feed our engine or it doesn't do anything.
What do you mean by feed the engine?
I've been constantly putting more of the gemstones in just so I can stay afloat.
So it's using more gemstones than before?
Yes.
That doesn't sound like normal ship behavior, right?
It's not.
Perfectly normal. She's just an antique is all.
He just looks down at you. As you go down, look at what it consumes, Soren. This is a very serious issue, and I know you know it.
Soren's gonna pretend he didn't hear him as he runs his hand across the Sunforge. My money is the Antillians are packing something heavy on those ships that we don't know used to exist. How else would they be able to fly in space like that?
After whatever happened. All I'm saying is I was up here when it happened. I saw this bright flash as if almost years out of the way. And suddenly, the entire phlogiston lit up as the crystal sphere shattered. The unbreakable matter of the entire crystal gone. Here, he starts going through his bag as he sets down what looks like almost a diamond-sized piece sword. He leans over the railing and hands it to you.
What's this?
Try and
Soren
break
takes
it. Try and break it. Maybe with a tool instead of your hands.
I knew that. Soren can retrieve his hammer from his bag.
Yep.
Alright, let me give it a whack.
So as you normally would hit a gemstone and it would shatter, this one just takes the blunt of it and actually cracks your hammer.
What the fuck?
That's a piece of the crystal sphere.
And how the hell did you manage to get it?
We were right by one when it erupted. We're on the border of the crystal shell.
Mind
Some-
if I have a gander at that?
Sure. Soren hands him his broken hammer. Knock yourself out.
And the crystal shard?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
like,
right.
like a little piece of glass is what it looks like.
Soren
as Eolus is just like looking at Soren, it's like assuming that it's like you wanted me to hit this with the broken hammer while you're holding the glass piece. It's like,
Soren will toss him the crystal.
all right. Eolus is going to make an attempt. Like as he's holding the crystal, like does he feel anything from it?
No, it just seems as if it repels everything. So as you slam it down, the hammer down, you feel like if you were to hold it with magic or anything, it would just dissipate.
Interesting.
And the hammer shatters. The hammer's broken.
I'll get you another hammer.
Damn right you will.
Just yeah, man. Yeah.
I don't know, Neo. My money's on that motherless son of a bitch. Golden Vandal's fault.
You seem to have the same issue when the crystal erupt. I saw him. I seen him miles out. The fog around him dissipated, and then he, as his ship was sputtering, just seemed to create this golden rune above him, and his entire ship lifted back up.
So it just so happens that one of space's biggest, most notorious pirates happens to be in the same vicinity as a catastrophic fucking event in space goes off. Yeah, coincidental, I imagine.
No, there has to have been something that happened.
Eolus is just gonna try to play around with the crystal shard, seeing what, like, try to feel it out. Like, does it feel like a normal piece of, like, kind of like holding it like as if it was like an actual crystal, or like, how does he feel?
Give me 1 second. Thank you so much for the raid, man. How you doing? Welcome to the D&D game. And we are currently involved with a storyline with all them. But thank you so much. This is the first time I've seen you actually join up. Alright, So when you hold it, it feels like a normal gemstone, a little bit more dense. You definitely could feel the weight to it. And from that, you don't really get any other sense from it.
Like it just feels like a normal piece of crystal in a sense.
Yeah,
Hmm.
but you can tell this is just a very small fraction of a shell.
Soren during this time would make his way over to V and King.
So you see V actually still looking over him and trying to keep his head level. It's some sort of poison. I don't know what it is.
Eolus is gonna try to lick it. Does it taste like anything?
It tastes like actually nothing. Completely nothing. Like you normally lick a gemstone and be like, oh, that tastes like gemstone. No, this just has nothing.
Eolus attempts to change its flavor by trying to make it salty.
So when you try and do anything on it, the crystal just shatters like the energy around it and spits it back out.
Well, that's interesting.
As the flavor just hits your face, you're like, yep.
Well, I mean, at least I got something salty, but that's interesting.
Neo just looks over, shakes his head with a little laugh. Phrasing.
Hang in there, chimp. Soren pats King as he walks over to Iolus. Let me see that crystal.
Certainly, as you know, like while Eolus is trying to walk and look over at King, he'll just hand it over to Soren. Like in half.
Neo, hold the ship down. I gotta have a talk.
He just looked at you. Wait, what'd you say? They just start walking. I was like, okay.
And I'm gonna consult.
You just look out the ship.
And I'll message you on this one.
Yeah. However, when you get a response back, everyone's going to be able to hear it.
Oh.
Before that, would Eolus get a chance to check up on King?
Yeah, you can look at him, and you also notice that there's still some form of poison in his blood, but it's not killing him. And as you are looking him over, you hear kind of like a ghostly voice. What is your question? As you look over at Soren, who is looking out, and you feel like the voice came from there.
Eolus perks up and he's just gonna look in that direction.
Gone in the aether, a return of a planet long lost. Interplanetary system reborn. The realm of Nixia. The entire sphere of theirs returned, watched as the people before them erupted and died, joined us.
Eolus is trying to listen as hard as he can, not sure what to make sense of.
That's all good. It was a chemical reaction. Where phlogiston once was met chemicals inside. The fire erupted from within, and that much of it, where the phlogiston had just overtaken, destroyed all the spheres, erupting out in a matter of seconds. But I'd fear for the worst, because if there's no spheres to protect the planets, what entities can come?
Soren, visibly pacing, finally stopped speaking quietly amongst himself. Well, that was a load of help.
You are the one who asked.
Yeah, for answers, not cryptic metaphors.
The phlogiston is gone. Turn to the sea you drive in now.
How's it go? How does it go gone? That's impossible.
When the flames hit the magic of the worlds, it changed. No longer worried about the flame, it became a sea.
Okay. Well, if it became a sea, we should be able to sail through it.
You don't have the proper equipment. The Attilians have it. Why don't you?
How do the Attilians get their hand on something like this?
I do not know.
And what about the song?
The Golden Vandal sailed through. The same event happened to him.
All right. Point us in the direction of the nearest midway point. We're trying to get to Scion.
You're sailing there now.
All right. And how far from here to Nixia?
3 years.
3 fucking years.
But
Eolus is just gonna mutter 3 years. If we had a new ship, would that mean that distance would be short? Would it make it that much faster?
it would. However, there's something to note now that this world has changed. Do you
Eolus is
feel the effects of aging?
Eolus is going to like notice that. Wait, he heard me. Like he's just muttering.
Yeah.
The effects of aging? I mean, don't people get older?
As you think about it, go ahead and give me an insight roll. In wild space, you don't age. In the astral sea, you don't age. You don't feel those effects.
Eh? I don't feel getting older.
The only reason you are able to hear us is because he wears the helm.
Okay. So that mask allows me to speak with you then.
Because you're on the same ship and the same air as him. Yes.
That's quite convenient.
Well, before I send you back to doing God knows what you do in the afterlife, anybody of note passed through here recently?
A ship attacked by the Vandal.
How many
Died
days?
on impact.
Where are those spirits?
Gone.
I mean, gone.
Unsure where their spirits reside now.
Is that ship nearby us?
It's destroyed on Agatha.
I guess no parts to reclaim then.
Soren's gonna annoyingly wave his hand over his forehead before taking off the mask. Ugh. Used to be much more helpful.
Well, that's quite an interesting event.
What's that?
Well, it seems our destination is set, and it doesn't seem like we have much of a choice, as Aeolus looks towards Neo.
Scion it is.
Yeah, Scion. Soren looks at the crystal before looking at the Sunfire Forge. How far is that away?
We're about a few weeks.
Oh, interesting. Oh, I've never noticed that star pattern before, as he points behind everybody.
Just Neo keeps his hand on the wheel as V looks over.
Soren's gonna... Can I attempt to toss the crystal into the Sunfire without anybody seeing?
Yeah, go and roll stealth.
I mean, Aeolus is still looking like at Soren, so it's.
You can still roll sleight of hand to see if he does it well enough.
Eh. Let me pull my sheet up. That's so fun.
Does Aeolus look? Would Aeolus be able to get a bad feeling about that, or no?
You aren't quite sure. As Soren does it, go ahead. You can roll your perception since you are looking at him, but you don't see it. As the effects are immediately noticed, though. As you throw it in there, you start seeing these rays of light spitting around the entire cabin. You see it cut through half the forge. Neo just shakes his head, just like, "What the fuck did you just do?"
Oh, wow. Oh, it must have finally gave out, poor thing.
You said, "Oh my god!" It starts getting violent as you immediately have to duck as one of the beams blasts past your hair.
Oh, Jesus!
What did you do?
I did nothing!
And you just see the crystal spinning faster and faster inside of it. You can see the inside, the fire spitting about, almost igniting your ship as it starts cutting into the deck. You put your helmet on. There's the... As this time the crystal erupts and slams into your helmet. You notice that half of the eye shatters off as you fall onto your back. And you can see out, but for this moment, it keeps cutting through different parts of your ship.
Aeolus is like he's going to attempt to like use Mage Hand to try catching whatever that is.
So every time you try and grab it with Mage Hand, it slips off as if magic is repelled by it. And V looks at it and he looks at everybody else and he just makes a run for it and grabs it as you see his hand just erupt. The crystal falls out of the forge, though, as he is sitting there with no hand, bleeding out.
Soren sits up, without noticing, of course. Oh, that's crazy!
Oh no, this is a little bit beyond my own ability as Aeolus attempts to... He's gonna cast... Like, he's just gonna say, taco, taco, taco.
So each time you heal, you notice that it does get okay. It doesn't... It just seals the wound as he's holding his arm. Get the fucking Scion. I don't want...
Soren just now noticing. What's up with you?
As you see his hand completely severed.
Oh, Jesus! No, I'm okay. Give me a... No. No.
Do we know where his hand went to, or is it completely gone?
It's gone. Like, he grabbed it and it was like a dynamite went off in his hand. But the
Where's the
crystal,
crystal at?
the crystal's there on the ground next to Soren.
Aeolus is gonna pick it up.
What? No!
Your hand, how's it feel? It's on fire!
Okay, my hand feels like it's on fire, but it's not like killing me, or is it?
It's not erupting. Feels
Okay.
like all that dissipated when he did it.
Okay. This... I think I'll keep a hold of this, as Aeolus is just going to attempt to pocket this. Does it seem like it would ignite anything in his bag?
There's a strong chance that it would.
Okay, I guess Aeolus is just gonna, let's see here. Let's see. Aeolus is gonna try, like, pouring a little bit of his water skin out onto the crystal. What, does it do anything?
It seems to repel a little of the water, but it does seem to still have the cooling effects.
Interesting, it's like water dances on this. Actually, I wonder if I could do... Aeolus is going to attempt to use Eldritch Blast on it.
So it does seem to repel all of that.
But does it seem to be getting colder as he's like holding
Yeah.
on to it?
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
It chills it down.
interesting.
Soren's currently looking at the damage at his Sunfire.
You're
Yeah,
gonna pocket the crystal now.
you really need those parts to fix that.
Yeah, I was just looking. He's like observing it, seeing what additional damage has been done.
Yeah, give me an investigation.
Crystal sphere fragment.
He's muttering to himself, "Son of a bitch."
So as you look at it, you notice that the damage isn't incredibly so, but there are holes in it, like a ray of light just cut through it. So those are probably easy work with the certain metals, but the crystals inside have almost diminished.
What the fuck? Well, there goes that theory, Soren says to himself, taking his hand off the forge. An almost serious tone, surprisingly. Soren walks over to V. "You idiot, why the fuck did you grab it?"
Rather us at least make it to a planet, not watch it blow up inside of it.
Soren's actually going to rip a cloth from his cloak and wrap it around his hand. Well, stub.
Yeah. So as you do that, he watches. He's like, "Thank you."
Well, he tightens it, so hopefully a turmeric to stop the blood from bleeding as much.
No.
Oh, there's no blood.
Oh,
There's
okay.
no blood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
wrap
bloody, but you know, as you wrap it, he just
I love this cloak. Well, Soren says, finally wrapping up and slapping his hands as though he did hard work on that. Walks off, saying to the crew, "Well, at least we know the Antillians aren't using these spheres as a power source for their engines. It's nigh fucking impossible."
yeah, they'd have to have something custom made for those kind of things, but I doubt it.
And who would have the power to be able to harvest spheres? If the Antillians were up to something and they were using it as a power source, what is it then?
Not even gods could break through the spheres. Some even theorize that they were built to keep them out.
Well, they were wrong.
Clearly. But something of that power just destroyed every sphere around here. That's terrifying.
I don't know. Has anyone ever heard the planet Dixia?
Nixia, yes.
That's the one. Nixia.
Yeah, you would have heard murmurs of it as well, Iolus. Because
Okay.
it's one of the great phenomenon. Like the whole planetary system disappeared.
The only thing I really remember is that this is a planet that apparently just disappeared one day.
It was a series of planets that did. The entire crystal sphere just gone. But phlogiston filled that area soon after, so.
Well, I'm feeling tired. As Eolus is just gonna, he's gonna lay on the deck. Stopping the blood from flowing definitely took a lot out of me.
Yeah, well, if he bled on my ship, the last thing he's going to worry about is missing a hand. And my helmet. Soren takes it off to take a look at it.
Yeah, like you can see out of this spot that if it would have went through your helmet and not reflected out, you would have a hole through your skull.
But I'm confused. It's all mist.
Excuse me?
The helmet, the front of the helmet's mist. Did it hit like the metal plating?
It hit the metal plating and shattered it out. Now the metal plating where the mist would have been just is gone. Like it won't go into that area. As if light was burning it away.
My favorite helmet. Soren's eyeballing it, looking it down. DM, by the way. Okay, you got it. Ugh. Come on, man. Soren starts buffing at it.
Oh yes, Aeolus is gonna get up. Aeolus is gonna actually like check up on King right now, and he's gonna attempt to inspect. Medicine, go.
Oh!
So that was on him. All right, so the poison is almost past the point of it being toxic. Now it's just his body having to heal. Like he's at that point where he has to heal it out.
So it's too late to extract it. It's already broken down into equally poisonous, but not as strong.
Yeah, now he's just there with the poison, trying to sweat it out.
Okay.
Lots of rest is what's gonna happen.
He's gonna be unconscious for a while. I guess we'll take. I guess Aeolus is gonna have to during these days. He's gonna have to mush up some rations and try to feed it to him that way.
You guys still have the food sources, so that's good. Yeah, so that should be fine.
Nixia. And Soren turns to Neo. So it's definitely Nixia, right? The
Correct.
Nixia?
That's what they said.
Alright, Soren puts his hand on his chin, well, the helmet. Once we hit Scion, let's see about these damages and see what we can do as far as V's hand and what King can go through. If need be, we leave him there to rest up. We have good contacts on Scion. But we're gonna have to meet up with Onimas.
Good luck with that one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Meet up with who?
Nobody. Nothing.
You see Neo lean over the wheel. He's been dead for about 10 years now.
Not the Onimas. His kid.
He didn't have a kid.
Yes, he did.
No. Are you talking
yeah,
about that Moss boy?
Yes.
That's not his kid.
Of course it's his kid.
No, couldn't be.
Oh, what, you're the kid expert?
Sounds very wrong, my friend.
Yeah, well, if that was the case, you gotta get off my ship.
Yeah, I'd personally jump if that was the case. But, the question still stands, why him? We could maybe find Moss. He's been in hiding for about 5 years now, though.
Well, we seek out Moss. If anybody knows anything about Nixia, anyone that knows anything about the Forsaken, he's gonna know.
Yeah, he's probably too busy making the blight ways.
Forsaken?
Soren, kind of taken back for a second, putting his hand on his chest. You don't know about the Forsaken?
I do not recall.
Oh, God.
It's been a
He
long
really did-
time.
Man, Agris really kept you under a rock in that kitchen, huh?
I presume so, yes.
Have you ever, Soren motioning with his hands, left your planet before?
It's been a very long time, to be honest. I don't quite remember, actually.
Soren makes his way up as he's gliding his hand on the railing. Well, as he nudges over by, annoyingly nudges by Neo. The Forsaken were the fiercest, baddest, most spectacular sailors you've ever seen in your entire life.
I'm going to keep sucking their cock and tell them what they really were.
I said it out loud. That's what they were.
That
They're
sounds pretty awful.
warmongers with a planet-sized ship.
They weren't.
Planet-sized ship.
They weren't warmongers.
You see Neo look at you and shake his head.
They just happened to have pretty good arsenal.
And picked fights with the Tillians every chance they got. And
Yeah, well, the Antillians were a bunch of scum suckers. They deserve it. What are you, some kind of Antillian sympathizer?
No, I hate all of those big factions equally.
Well, Soren kind of looked down. Guess it's hard to hate on the Forsaken now, considering there's nothing left to hate.
Sure.
Soren just seeming like he lost his sense of optimism as he talks to Iolus. It's a long story. Just go to bed.
Might as well, as Eolus makes his way downward.
And don't you sleep in my room. I'll know if you did. You get your room, and you're lucky to have that.
Yeah. I'm not sure why you mentioned your room. I don't think I need to be sleeping in the same bed with you.
Good.
As Eolus just like,
Soren looks over to Neo as Iolus goes downstairs. I was pretty concerned he was gonna try to do that. He gives me the goose pimples.
I'll let you know I slept in your bed a few times.
You son of a bitch!
He just laughs.
Well,
a
I'm
little
not. Soren takes out a small, what looks like a small pad to his hand. Well, that's dock on you.
bit. No, I'm the only one that could break that contract, right?
No, well, you're definitely not getting paid for those 2 days. The luxury of my suite should have been payment enough for those 2 days. So you're getting
Sweet.
docked.
Yeah, the suite that, Oh, I found your little diary, too.
What?
Yeah, I found your diary.
Soren actually is kind of pissed and shoves him on the shoulder. The fuck you doing going through my stuff?
You actually have a diary?
It's a collection of memoirs.
Didn't go through any of your stuff, don't worry. Here I was thinking it was a joke, but now I'm curious. What do you have in your diary other than those memoirs that made
Nothing,
you so
shut
afraid?
up! Soren leaps over the railing as he goes upstairs. Immediately to his room.
It's like, stop!
You shut up! God damn it, I sold myself out.
yeah.
Soren pushing past Iolus to rush to his room.
Stop!
Get the fuck out of the way, Iolus. Bursts into- closes the door behind him.
I presume was this the room? Can't remember.
You all had rooms you could choose.
Okay.
Soren immediately going to this post here, and there being a small, like, secret hatchet, checks to see if his collection of memoirs are there.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. He didn't touch anything. You could tell that he probably didn't even sleep in your room.
Soren sighs as he closes the hatch. Whew. I mean, what was I even panicking about? It didn't even come in my room. Soren, like, manic walks out.
So, what do you want to do in the weeks that it takes to get to Scion?
Soren would like to delegate a bunch of baloney bullshit tasks that he does not feel like doing himself to Iolus and Neo.
Neo will question at least once. Why not V?
Well, I'd give V a hand, but I'm short.
What do these tasks entail of exactly?
Cleaning the toilets, latrines, organizing, taking inventory, doing stock, fixing the sales, scrubbing my deck.
I'm pretty certain we all do that anyway.
Yeah. But he's delegating his stuff to you, so you have to do his amount.
I guess the Eolus is just gonna double time because he's just gonna, cause like in his free times, well, considering it's like Eolus is gonna look around. It's like, does it seem like lighting a fire will still ignite the whole ship on fire?
Yes.
You're unsure. Like, you've never dealt with the phlogiston before.
No.
Can I make note that while they're working, Soren will find discrepancies in how they do certain things, even though it might be correct, depending on perspective. He will make excuses as to why he has to dock their pay because they're not doing their task correctly.
So
I always you're using a bad coat.
Huh? Wait, what?
As you were like doing a task, Soren would be like, V, come on, Iolus, come on, man, you're using the wrong chemical for that. I'm docking your pay for that.
Uh-huh.
And look at this, what is this? He picks up a rope. What kind of is this? Who taught you how to knot?
You did?
I don't even know what you call this as he picks up a bundle of fucking rope. Oh, that's another dock right there. I'm telling you, Iolus, you're making it really hard for me to write this down.
So V, after a couple days, will actually take you down below the deck. Come on.
Oh, hey, good news, V. We have saved a ton of money with this new labor.
Why don't you just tell them you're not going to pay them?
Well, I don't have to. They're getting taught. They can't do anything right.
Just tell them. We all ran through a lot. Might as well build some rapport with everybody.
If I tell them we're not... If I tell them we're not...
And they know this.
Yeah, we did.
I think
Soren,
this changed everything, okay?
Soren puts his hand on V's shoulder. We made friendship.
I hate you, oh my god. But what I'm saying is, this act that happened, it changes everything. I think they'd understand. Maybe not
Yeah,
because he hates you. But
Well, I mean, he's got to get over getting shot in the head.
I wouldn't.
Well, good thing you didn't get shot in the head.
No, I just lost the hand.
I got to give you a hand on that one. That's a good thing you did.
At any point in time, would Aeolus ever know about that little discussion or assume that they've had a little discussion like that?
It
Think
depends.
momentarily you're about to find out.
Okay, yeah.
Huh?
Do I have like a bell on my ship that would indicate like come to the deck or something?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, let me go ahead and ring that. And at this point, I'm sure I've already briefed them on if you hear that bell, top deck.
Yep. I mean, at that point, yeah, Aeolus would make his way to the top deck. Yep.
Let's all meet on the stern here.
Neo says, I can't.
Oh, that's okay. You sit this one out. He looks to Iolus. I fucking hate that guy. All right. Soren rubs his hands together as he looks at the crew nervously. Well, good news, bad news. Which would you guys prefer first?
Let's start with the good news.
Okay, the bad news is we're broke. I cannot pay any of you guys. We made nothing on Agatha. And really, if I had to say so, it's y'all's fault. We didn't get anything. No time to loot, no time for nothing. Hell, we were lucky we made it out of there with our lives. If anything, I think we should be proud we didn't make anything. Because honestly, the journey together has been fun by itself. We're all still alive, granted. But unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, and those unforeseen circumstances being the hellscape that is Agatha 919, we're gonna have to renegotiate the pay situation.
Okay.
Okay, I'm glad we cut by that one. All right, fantastic. No one's getting paid. Great. The good news.
Aeolus just raises a brow and... So nobody's getting paid.
Yeah, nobody subjectively.
Subjectively.
Yes.
Probably won't get paid anyway. You didn't finish the guide.
That's what I'm gonna say. We fudge it up. Make it sound good. Hell, V, you're good with words and stuff.
You see him shake his head no.
What do you mean, no?
No. I don't want to willfully send people there with a survival guide that's not actually true.
Okay, well, we make the survival guide seem as legit as it is. Explain our own self-experiences and what to avoid. And that's good enough. Problem solved. We each get a little bit of money, and by we, I mean enough to fix the ship so we can keep traveling, and then go from there.
Eolus is gonna cross his arms. We did not stay in a region long enough to make a proper survival guide.
But we did survive.
Barely.
It's not entirely true either.
How's that? How do you figure? We're still alive. Look, I'm standing here. Look, I still look as good as when we got there.
He points to your wrist. That has the timepiece that Sheikah's. We didn't survive. We ran.
Eolus is gonna walk. Hey V, mind if I talk to you in private for a bit?
Hey, we're not done here. Hello?
Wait until we're done. Then we can.
Soren walks up to him. All I'm saying is, we won't get anything out of this. If we fudge it just a little bit, a little high never hurt nobody, we make a little bit of money in the process. Unless you guys got hordes of cash that I need to know about. If not, we're floating on dead stick.
At this rate, I don't know if we're going to even be able to get paid whenever we get there. What just happened probably affected everyone.
Yeah, Eolus looks at his he doesn't directly look, but he's like, slyly just feeling his bag, and it's like, yeah, no, it's the same amount as he's had. Yep. Yeah, no. Yeah,
Great. Oh, that's fantastic. Fantastic, you guys. All right, you guys go ahead and keep your high morality, your high road together. We'll continue being broke and get nowhere further. Fantastic. Great. Good talk.
You really think we're going to have any luck getting anywhere anyway? Our ship can hardly make the travel to Scion.
That's what I mean. Without this guy,
talk about some of this stuff, V.
You
Just
see-
like in private, below deck, if
yeah.
possible.
You see V nod. Come on.
he shouts out to them. Without that guide, we have no money. Remember that.
We'll think about the guide, okay?
Neo just looks over at Soren. We could always get favors from people.
Favors.
It means that we owe
Everyone-
them.
Yeah, they'd be in a long queue. Soren says, leaning over the railing.
Well, I know that you like conning people out of the truth.
That hurts.
Well, know what else?
It's not a cup. Go ahead.
Looks at you.
Enlighten me, Soren says, putting his hand out.
What hurt is knowing that I failed somebody, and you're wearing something of theirs. Not just the
Soren.
bullet to the head, but the fact that we willfully let someone die.
Chica's. I get you upset, but it wasn't our fault. Okay?
And that's why I'm not trying to kill you. I understood the reasoning for it. I understand that it may not have went the way that I wanted. Still hurts. I have to assume that you've had someone you at least cared about sometime, and you let them down once.
Who, me? Oh, you're serious?
You dodged the question.
Yeah, well, not me, pal.
You want to roll deception on that?
I do, actually. I probably should. Neo sees through my bullshit more than anybody.
Surprisingly.
Where is my deception?
If I had to say, probably under sheet.
No. You know, I'd get mad at you, but that's the same shit I would say, so. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Ooh.
Why is it every time you talk to Neo? Every time.
I'm telling you, Neo sees through my shit, bro.
You just see him shake his head. Either way, I'm going to assume that you felt that way before. So fucking helpless that you couldn't save the one person that you gave a shit about.
Yeah, I lost a dog once. It was tough.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we move on. I lose a dog, you lose a cat. Life happens.
it's not about just the cat, though. Let's say your dog had faith in you throughout the entire adventure. One that knew that you're going to be there every day. And then you just throw the dog away. They watch it happen. You have to live with the fact that you, for whatever reason, gave that dog or cat away when you should have been there. It's a
Well.
deep feeling.
I guess you get another dog, huh?
No one replaces that.
Yeah, well, people move on differently.
I suppose that's true. So down below deck, Neo, not Neo, but V and Iolus are talking. I'm gonna move you like right there. Say that you're there, underneath the deck.
Okay. Yeah, it will be. Aeolus invites V into his room so they could talk together.
So he just looks at you. What is it?
I've been with you, Soren, and Ing, and Shika and everyone for a few weeks now, and I just wonder. There's a big question that burns in my mind. First and foremost, before we talk about the guidebook or anything of the sort, why do you follow Soren?
I'm contracted.
Contracted.
Yes, from Kind Grove. He wanted to make sure the survival guide went smoothly. And
I
was
see.
the one that was supposed to be there to do that with Soren. But with that, everything's happened. It's impossible now.
Impossible. How so exactly?
Well, with what just happened, I don't think we're ever going to be able to get there again.
I mean, like, you mean like in terms of like travel or?
Why would we go back?
True. Agatha was not the best of places
We
after all.
saw Attilians dying there. Dead. We lost people, our companions there. There's
Yes.
no reason to go back at this point.
Not much reason. Although to be fair, if there's anything I do want to speak about the guidebook about, that would be that. I would say it is possible to make a guidebook without any of the suggestions that Soren is attempting to make.
We just
But
don't
it won't
have
be a
enough
big
data.
one.
Yeah, we have not enough data.
It's not a lot of data. We could simply publish it as a part 1, so to speak.
You
Not to
have
say that there is
speak
a
to
part
Kind Grove
2.
About it.
Hmm?
You have
I'm
to
sorry?
speak to Kind Grove about that. I'm not the one that was deciding to make it. I'm just going where he sent me.
I see. Well, I guess that's more negotiations we'd have to attempt.
Yes.
But to be honest, it's if it wasn't for him though, would you even travel with Soren at all?
Not sure.
Huh? One second.
It's back on the main deck.
Mhm.
I was gonna move it. There we go. You see Neo just shake his head.
Yeah.
There's just heavy feelings. Are you back?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We're
Just
good.
Yeah, do your thing. It happens, bro. Don't worry about it.
yeah, my mom just gank from the behind. Okay. But,
You're good.
well, if anything, I guess. What are your thoughts on Soren?
He's a kid. Kids make mistakes. They also learn from those mistakes. The event with Neo put it in a very hard mentality because he got rid of one that was supposed to be helpful to him. I spoke to him that night that it happened. How long until we're just a number to him?
I hope Soren is going to change for the better. I hope. Preferably.
That he has something. something that he will grow into. But right now, he's destructive. And he'll get there. Albeit some time.
Well, as long as he doesn't cross a bottom line, I guess the Eolus just shakes his head.
I envy you. Being indebted to somebody so wild and letting you travel. Could be
Well-
worse. You could be in just a restaurant waiting.
Waiting to die, yeah. When, if anything, he did remind me of the one goal that I wanted to do. At the very least, I'm hoping that he would be able to help me lead to that goal.
It's a big goal.
It is.
You'll be able to.
Hmm?
You'll be able to. Maybe. We have
I-
one lifetime, but if we're going in this place and not aging when we go, might as well make the best of it.
Yes. Thinking about it now, it's part of me is kind of relieved, in a sense, talking with you. At the very least, I know that you are somebody I could speak to, at least for a bit. Kings
Before I
of
go on my way.
Contis and But yeah, if anything, I would say that the best we could do is like maybe a part 1 for the guidebook for the areas that we managed to travel through. But if anything, actual survival is, as Eola shakes his head, not going to cut it. We would need more parts to it. And the only way to do that is to actually go back to Agatha. We would need far more equipment and supplies than what we currently have.
Well, it's always something we can go back to. I'm pretty sure with everything going on and Scion being the only junction for quite a long time, it's probably getting overrun by people right now.
I
Or at
see.
least we'll be.
Out of curiosity, since you're on a contract, how much does it cost to purchase a contract with you?
Oh, through Kind Grove?
Yes.
Or contract me as a worker for you?
I guess both, if I may ask.
Too much.
Clearly,
He just
as
laughs.
Eolus just sighs. Of course, I don't have the money for it.
But it's fine. We'll discuss it later. And yes, we don't have a lot of time.
Yes, I don't want to. I'm not going to overstay this conversation. If anything, I just simply hope that things get better from here on out.
He nods. As do I.
Thank you.
Hey,
Eolus is gonna get up from the bed, like from the sitting position. He's just gonna get up. All right.
going back
and
to top deck.
Yep.
V follows. Soren, did you go down or over to there?
Yeah, I was getting some ale.
Oh, okay. So you probably meet right as that was happening. Don't worry, there is a ship there.
You walk out and you just see Soren with a handful of bottles in his hand.
Hmm.
No.
That's it.
Hi.
Going through the ale again.
Lots of important lots of so we're like adjusting all the bottles in his arm as though it's uncomfortable. A lot of captain's stuff to do and write down and whatnot.
Did you need some assistance with that, or oh?
No, no good. Someone closes the door behind.
Okay.
Well, to top deck it is.
So they had
As Eolus makes his way up there, and I guess V is just going up there as well.
Yeah, he's still watching over King. Soren,
Yeah.
when you get your alcohol, what are you doing?
He's down in one and opening up a book of sorts.
A memoir is what you're saying?
Collection of memoirs.
Yeah.
Damn it, how do I do the free movement with the token again? Is it control?
It's all.
Oh, that's the one. Thanks, buddy. There you go.
Just
And
chug, chug, right.
something's long. 2, 3.
I don't know how long you'd be at that.
Let's say about 2.5 hours.
Okay. So, while he does that, you all go back up top, and Neo is still piloting.
Okay. I guess when V goes over to look at King, I guess Aeolus is just gonna. How are you holding up, Neo?
I'm doing fine. We'll get through. We'll get back to Scion, get through this damn turbulence, and at
Yes.
least figure out something.
I'm sorry about Chica.
Life happens. I'm not going to hold you all accountable. We all went there knowing our risks.
Well, are you okay, or is it like just? No, you're probably not okay. What am I even saying?
I'm fine. Enough for what we're doing.
What do you think of the ship as it is right now?
We're lucky we're making it Scion. If there was people out in these skies and attacking us, we would be dead by now.
That would be very bad. Yes.
But either way, I think you should get some rest. You have to take over shift soon.
How soon is that?
You can get about a solid 8. I'd let you.
All right. I guess before that, though, just how bad is the damage to the ship? I know we could just barely make it to Scion, but would she even be ship worthy at any point after that?
You can still sail. The issue is we need to assess the situation as a whole anyway. We haven't been able to. We've been sailing through.
So the ship's on its last legs then, so to speak.
Yeah, I would say that.
Is there anything that we can do to help the ship out?
Right now, we just need to make sure we get to Scion. Figure out why our engine isn't working. Minus it already missing parts. But find out what to do.
Like, in comparison to like the first time that Aeolus was on the ship, like how is the engine like reacting now compared to before?
So it feels like the engine is just causing this entire ship to kind of shake and shatter. Like it definitely is making even some of the planks fall off after a while. It's like it's constantly being forced into the air without any kind of guidance.
So it's literally forcing itself, and it's not like, floating upon the phlogiston.
Yeah, it's as if it's forcing the entire ship to move, even though there's no control unit to it, is what I would say.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty loose. Yeah, there's nothing that Aeolus can do. Just hope for the best. Well, I guess I might as well rest up before the attempted shift. At least it's easy to point in a direction.
It's trying.
Tell me, before I go off though, tell me more. The crystal spears, like that fragment as Aeolus is like tapping on his bag. Do you know anything else about the spears by any chance?
I don't know a lot. It was one of those stories that was just passed down generation to generation, and there's probably missing details throughout all of it, but I can answer what I know.
Hmm.
Like, if you have general questions, I probably could answer those.
Well, I might as well just ask anyway. Every time I attempt to cast something upon it, just seems to. It feels like it's simply dances about it and not allow it to go through in a sense.
Well, from what history was told, they were saying, like as a theory, that they were made to make the gods not enter those regions. Me, I just think it was to hold back the phlogiston in the case of an eruption. So magic probably doesn't pull through it.
Hmm. But as Aeolus just thinks about it, it's like, would has anybody ever, like, considering what this is, has anybody ever thought of using it like as a way to stop people from using magic in general?
The spheres have never been destroyed.
Hmm.
They were deemed to be unbreakable.
So in a sense, it is an omen of sorts. Then,
I would say so.
well, how big is this fragment? Like that Aeolus is like clutching in his hand right now.
Probably about the size of the big sized marbles.
Okay. Well, the fact that it is broken means that at the very least there might be some way to make something out of this.
If someone could make it malleable, maybe.
Well, there's no harm in trying, at least.
Well, you also have to think those withstand suns.
Well, if it can withstand the might of a sun crashing upon it, then it should be useful enough to keep somebody safe as well, don't you think?
That much? Probably not.
Who knows?
Maybe.
If only there was some way to properly meld it into a new shape. That would be very nice.
Magic doesn't touch it, and from what I was seeing, it didn't look like the heat of the forge was really doing anything other than make it glow.
Well, if the legends were true and they were created to keep out the gods, there's definitely some way to meld with it, or at least alter it, shape it. Some way. But you said that when it was in the forge, it didn't seem to do much to it.
Just looked like it heated it up. Caused it to shine and take off V's hand in the process.
I wonder. Alright then. Sorry to keep on bugging you. I guess it's time for me to head on off. Thanks, Neo.
No problem. If you have any more questions, I might have the answer. If not, well.
Aeolus is like now looking at the fragment of the crystal spear like intently. Maybe, just maybe. As Aeolus is now going to just walk and just go to his bedroom. Perhaps I'll find a smith to work on this.
And I'm assuming that that was all that would be happening during the week. You did the tasks, you then had the confrontation with the crew, Soren, and then you learned a little bit of that, and you start looking at this, like the sphere. I think that's about all you'd be ended up doing before you end up at Scion. Which, as you all start landing, notice Neo's words about how it's probably packed is so true.
Oh man, it is very packed. Yes, yes. Yeah. I guess it's gonna be gotta move around, I guess.
So, as
Soren.
you get there, you do try and land pretty well. As Neo says, I'm going to keep it going. I'll try and keep it in the air as long as we can, but go and handle this.
Yeah. Soren hops off the ship. The only downside of this is I know the house is probably full up right now. Well, sorry, V. Looks like no loving for you this time.
You just see him shake his head. No. As you hear these two yelling, like they're yelling, talking about how their crew almost died, and you said that you were going to be able to fix this. It's like, I'm sorry, everyone, please, just head to the city center. I will go ahead and handle it all. There's a lot of people asking a lot of questions, and I don't know all the answers to, okay? As you see the one guy try and like swing at him, as the guy just grabs his hand, throws him down. The Dragonborn just...
That's what happens.
And he's like, oh, god damn it, not more. Listen, just go to the city hall. I'm going to address everybody as soon as I can. God damn it. The fucking atrocity. As you see them start loading up on what looks like little personal ships, and they start heading to the other island. As you see this man look at you. Nice mask.
Huh. I wish I could say the same.
At least mine's not broken.
Yeah, well, must not seen any action. Have a nice day.
You just see him going as well. You see this guy like shaking his head. Just, stupid.
Soren reaches his hand out to help him up,
Thank you.
and he pulls his hand away.
You bastard.
What was that scuffle about?
You see him pull himself up.
Eolus is gonna help him up.
As he actually nods like, thank you. That is because all of us were promised things on how to fix and fly our Spelljammer ships, but he failed in every regard. Now, whatever the hell happened up there, all the parts he gave us gone. They shattered.
So I guess it's a bad time to tell him that he owes me some money, huh?
Good luck getting anything from him. Lucky he's even alive right now. There's a lot of angry people. Hell, I've seen even some of the bigger captains come here. Pissed.
Bigger captains, huh? Soren says as he turns to look to where Kindgrove went. Any names that we should know about?
Well, the ones I know were ones that have been trying to fight against the Gamblers 3. Like, I know there's Necros, the Raven Lord, Captain Jacob Nordmark. But he's not really fighting against Gamblers 3. And, of course, the one you just spoke to, Arthur Pierce. All of them are big names, but they never...
Oh, you mean
care.
the one with the mask that talks like this?
I think it's the mask that causes that.
Oh, yeah. Must be an ugly mug under there.
Maybe. Either way, I'm gonna go to the city hall, see what all they have to say.
Yeah, watch out for dragon boards.
Yeah, go bite me.
Yeah, he's gonna get his ass kicked as he looks at Ios. Come on.
Just gonna shrug his shoulders. I mean, seems to be the best way to get to Altrius, so might as well head over there. Unless you got another stop in mind.
I do actually. How about you guys check out the local supply and handle all the talking to Kindgrove to me? Sound like a plan? Cool. Me stop calling. No, he stops me. How about I just speak to him?
I'm going to go there regardless. Once I'm
I
off your
think
ship,
I'll go there as well.
I'm not contracted to you. We're back on Scion.
Yeah.
You don't mind if I follow along, do you, V?
Sure, he shakes his head. You don't mind.
Sure.
Alright.
Disdainfully follows.
It's like, this is bullshit. This feels so.
Fucking stupid. Fucking idiots.
Alright,
Cause
so
it's mad.
you all load up on some of the personal boats, and they start sailing to the next little island. And this one, probably the biggest you've seen. And little markets, little things, but they're nothing too crazy. As you all head into what looks like a very large city center.
No. Swanky.
So, opening up, you actually see Kind Grove standing there with a whole bunch of pirate captains, and their crews are scattered about. They're all within.
And Soren pushed the doors open really hard. Like,
Sure.
where's Kind Grove?
As you just see him.
Just the man I wanted to see. How you doing, Kind
As
Grove?
He's like, can you stop for a minute? I can't hear. Just as he's looking around, everyone, please, just give me a moment. I do have someone here who can at least explain a little bit. Let me go get him, please. Just
Is he coming back with our money?
your trip took 4 days, if give or take the travel. I doubt you finished anything.
We did. He looks over at the captains. We did though. No.
As he goes back, it's like, this is bullshit. You really think that he's going to pay us anything? He owes
Well, if
me
he's-
about 100,000 gold.
Well, he owes me about 300,000 gold.
As you see an Ithalid actually take a step, and he goes on the counter. Oh shit! I didn't even know he was here. As you see V just take a few steps.
V, where you go? V! Hey, V! You're making me look bad in front of the captains.
You see him starting to talk over there. Well, if I'm on the bracket and then he's here, I doubt that I matter at the moment.
What do you mean, he? What's so important about long-haired boy over there?
Oh, that's just his secretary. I'm talking about that one. As he points to
Which one?
the Ithalid.
Oh, the guy with the creepy beard?
He's from the Ithalid dynasty.
Well, that's fancy and all.
Ithalid cluster. He's... Do you know who it is?
That doesn't matter.
Single-handedly beat half the Gamblers 3.
Bullshit.
He has many a times.
If he
Captain
beat Gamblers,
Nagothryd.
if he'd beat Gamblers 3, he'd beat Gamblers 3.
He doesn't take their titles. He doesn't kill them.
Oh yeah?
Apparently.
Let's see if he's what you crack him up to be.
You just see him.
Eowulf is just gonna quietly take a seat over. I assume this is like a bench, right?
It is, it is.
Okay.
As you walk up, he just looks at you. Your head immediately starts hurting as if it's trying to get into your mind.
Oh, Jesus! I was just gonna say hi, you fucking squid!
Don't take too kindly to people walking up on me.
Yeah,
My
well, I'm kinda
apologies.
hard.
As it slowly
kinda
stops
hard.
hurting.
Ah, Jesus. Well, I'm kinda hard to miss, I know, with the glowing fucking helmet and all.
What is it you want?
Yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself. Soren just folds his hand up. Captain Soren Embry.
He just looks at your hand, gives you a nod.
Soren raises it higher. Captain Soren Embry.
What do you want, other than introductions?
Oh, well, I figured we start with that and then go from there. I hear you had a little tussle with
a.
a... Yeah, question about the Gamblers 3. Hope you can help me out with something.
He's just standing there. You notice that he does have a peg leg.
He leans on the counter. Well, everybody knows your tell. You kill all the Gamblers 3. That's great. Information on a few people. During your travels,
Any of them.
what do you do? What do you mean don't kill them? What do you do with them? Just what? You just hold them hostage? What?
No. When they choose a fight with me, they expect death. Give them the ladder, and they don't know what to do.
Yeah. Right. Well, the two pirates I had in question, you might be able to help me out with this. Captain Koger.
Yes,
You run across him?
many times.
What's his current state of not dead or alive, if you had to guess?
Well, I know for a fact he's not dead.
No, that's unfortunate.
He's here.
I'm sorry, what?
He's here.
Wait, what? Here? Like, where?
Oh, you're afraid.
No, it's a long story, you know. I just, where is he?
I don't know. You should ask that man over there. He points to this man at the end. Core number is a part of his ship.
Is that so?
Or at least was. He might have been kicked off recently. And you notice that he's not speaking. This is all in your head that you're hearing it.
Hey, Soren just now notices, he's like, oh. Okay, well, thank you for the information. Very good honor to meet you, by the way. Fantastic work. Keep on the not killing. Loved it so much. Great meeting you. Soren steps away. As he carefully trots over here and leans up against the wall. How's it going?
He just looks at you.
Soren just stares blankly for a second. So you're here to get money off Kind Grove too? He owe you some money?
No.
Well, what brings a gentleman like you to a situation like this?
I need my ship repaired.
Your ship? Oh. What's the name of your ship?
Ironheart.
Ironheart. That's a good ship.
Depends on what way you look at it. No ship is a good ship right now, aside from Attilian vessels.
Yeah, well, it was always my ship. Anyways, I heard from a good little bird that you had a run-in with a one Captain Koger.
Who told you that?
Well, I couldn't really say.
Couldn't be the only person that's actually run into me while I was on there, right?
Couldn't possibly be, right?
Yeah, couldn't be at all.
So, given the information I just provided you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how close were you guys?
I was just a member of his crew for a while.
And, where is he flying these days?
Well, I'm not sure. I just know that I saw him here waiting for the same information everybody else has.
That's great. Well, you know what? Best of luck with your ship. It's been great talking to you. I'm gonna step over this way. Iolas, get over here.
Aeolus is just gonna look over towards Soren and is like, yeah, I'm fine on this bench.
Over here in front of me.
It's like, yeah, Aeolus just returns a look, you know, like, kind of like, you know, you could see it in his eyes. Just sit down on the bench here.
Soren walks up. I've got to go check on something. How about you stay here with V, very responsible. You guys take care of this money matter, and I will be back momentarily. Great? Great.
Okay. Have it your way.
As you take a step out, you see an Attilian general.
Oh.
Like a full Attilian general. Are you going to go back in? I have the answers everyone's looking for.
Oh, so you're the money guy, huh?
As he walks in, you see everybody kind of take a step back.
Okay. Soren throws his hand down before steps back inside. But he steps in much more quaintly than he did before and swoops over by Iolas.
Or you see V actually take a few steps. Yeah, he's in back. Right.
Hey, V's going into a room. I think we can get in.
V's standing there.
Standing where? I don't see his token. Oh, there he is. Okay, my bad.
So he's definitely.
Oh, just gonna awkwardly squeeze by all the captains. Yeah, excuse me. Yeah, pardon me. Yeah, hey, how you doing? V, we got a problem.
What is it?
There's a particular captain here that him and I don't necessarily get along.
I thought you don't get along with anyone.
Yeah, well, him particularly.
Oh,
All I'm saying is if he catches us here, we're all dead.
then keep a low profile. We need to be here to do anything.
Then how do you suggest I do that?
Well, wear different clothes.
Okay. I guess Soren's gonna take off his obviously noticeable helmet and put his hood over his head.
A little bit better.
Much better. And he's gonna slump in this little dark corner here.
As you see the general walk back out with Kindgrove. All of you are here for the same reason, I presume. Your ships are not working properly. You see a lot of them like kind of say yeah.
Soren disguising his voice. Yeah, that's right.
I have a cure for you all. They're called Spelljamming helms. Something to link you with your ship. To help you fly stable again. They cost a pretty penny, but seeing as you all are desperate in need, I can sell them to you.
And how much do they go for?
Well, the lowest cost in which we can provide for your lovely cruise is about 10,000 gold. You see all of them like just start kind of raising a brow. Just like they start yelling at him. If you have any issue with it, I suggest you leave.
Soren's gonna step up. What about some of us that are pretty light on coin? And a matter of fact, a lot of us did come here under the impression we were gonna get paid.
You see this one come forth. What if we just pry them out of your cold dead hands? He just smiles.
Soren pulls his gun out. Yeah!
You see him look over at you, then back to this guy. I will let you try. And if you fail, you'll be thrown into our lovely super prison for attacking an Attilian general.
Soren puts his gun back in his holster. What were you guys even thinking? Honestly.
You see a lot of them they all look kind of like they're about to.
Hold on. Before we get violent, everybody, let's just take a second. Now, minus the coin, would you take anything else in trade? Perhaps work, contract?
I'm not at liberty to care about contracts. Either you buy them here now or I leave.
But
As
you're an Attilian.
you see the one next to you draw his blade. I vote the latter.
Can Soren kind of like put his hand over his blade for a second?
You can. As he just cuts. Like he's cutting you as you grab it.
Oh, Jesus!
Just like, you get away. As the Attilian general says, anyone who doesn't want a little scuffle should back away now.
Soren's gonna step out of the range here.
So you see them all rush forward, like all the ones that were there, and it was instantaneous. As they like swing at him, they just keep missing, and with one wave of his hand, just all of them drop to the ground.
Oh shit.
And for a moment, you don't see what happened, as you notice that every one of them has been severed in half.
The fuck?
Now I'll give you the offer again.
Soren's like, whoa!
I will be here for 2 days, and if any of you want to buy something, you do so. As he just steps over them, as he looks over at Kindgrove, what a location you're running here.
Jesus Christ.
As you see all of them kind of walk forward, they're looking just the same as you.
Can I check their pockets?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll check the old guy's pockets right here.
You just see a whole bunch of deeds that were part of, like a small little thing that you aren't quite sure means.
Huh.
You've never seen those kind of contracts and everything.
Is anyone looking at Soren as he's pickpocketing these guys?
Yeah, they all are.
We're pirates. Come on, man.
Eola's just inspecting their bodies, like more like looking at how their conditions are.
Yeah, they are completely dead.
Yeah, Eola shakes his head. Well, nothing I could do here. As he goes and walks back to the bed, she just sits back down again.
So you see the one guy walk up after everything's done, looks at Soren. You're lucky you didn't get into the fight with him.
Yeah, well, Soren will obviously, with his sleight of hand, does it pass?
Yep.
Slides him into his pocket as though nothing was happening. Yeah, well, I hate Antilian as much as the next guy, but, you know, thankfully I'm not cut in half right now.
Yeah, I'd say that. You know, you're better looking with the mask off.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've heard that once or twice before.
As you see his reform on his face. Time to get money for this.
What?
He said he has to go get money for the spelljamming elves.
Oh, yeah. I want to search his pockets, too.
Oh, that one? You
Yeah,
don't find
why not?
pockets on him.
Okay, what about this one?
So you see this guy just walking up. Jeez. Scavenging. I swear you're looking like a rat doing that.
The Soren pauses at the word rat. Yeah, well, we all gotta eat.
As you see him go up to Congrove. You see the Mind Flayer just nod. We do. As he just devours each one of their skulls
My God!
as he starts walking off.
Hey, man.
He just kind of nods. 10,000 isn't too much.
This guy's got nothing. He kicks him over. Bunch of broke pirates, I swear.
Aren't you just a broke pirate?
Not anymore.
You just see him kind of look at you.
Hey, check this out, V. I got deeds. I don't know what to, but hey, they're deeds.
You see the man like look over your shoulder. Oh, I've seen those before.
Uh-huh. Hey, they're mine.
Just do what you want. I don't give a damn.
Out of curiosity, what might they go to?
I'm sorry. Did you not just hide them from me?
Huh? Huh? What? No, I'm just saying if you happen to know.
You see him let the one man out. Well, have a good time. And then he looks at you. Didn't catch your name, but I'm gonna call you Rat from now on, alright? Find it fun.
Hey, that works.
Bye, Rat. As he leaves. You see him walk back. It depends. They go to different things.
Well, how's about we split them down the middle and you tell me which ones mines are worth?
I get to pick the first contracts.
One contract.
You have 4 there. I think I'll take 2.
How about we call it one on good favor?
How about I call it 2 and you realize that you just stole from a dead carcass of another general of a different army?
How about we call it me fast on the draw and you get 1? Can I roll persuasion?
No. Not for that. Because he's already there.
All right, fine.
You can try.
But
Though.
you
No,
know-
go ahead. Go ahead.
Where Aeolus is, could he even see or read those contracts or tell what it says?
Not from where you're at. As he just looks
Okay.
at you. I'll call it 3, and I'll be on my way.
Fine, 2.
Deal? As he shakes his hand.
Deal.
Now let me see
Shakes.
what we have here. As he sits down with both his legs crossed, the little like flying squirrel on his shoulder, just looking around. Hand him down.
He gives the contracts over.
All right. So you see him unroll the scrolls, sets them out. As he waves his hand over them all, and you see all the text start changing. Name's Cypher, by the way. As he goes back, and when he pulls his hand back through, you see that they're all contracts for different planets with information on them, followed by what materials can be found on them. As if a miner.
Interesting.
As he starts rolling them back up. I'm going to take these two. There you go.
And for the trouble, and I say a pretty fair deal, where do you say these 2 go to?
On there, that was to Arbitorel. And
Hold
the
on.
other one,
Can you spell that out for me, Los?
I'll actually just give you the planet in the
Yes,
planet
thank you.
system. Actually,
Oh, and I would
have.
have information on what materials I can get from it, right?
Yeah, that's what the list was, and all. It's a lot of different like rarities too.
Okay, cool, awesome. So like artifacts and shit.
Yeah,
Oh, awesome. All right, cool. So I got one.
and the other one is for Targon itself.
Targon. Love me some Targon. Well, I'd say that's a fair deal. Nice to meet you, Cypher.
Correct.
Well, Cypher, if you ever need of work, be sure to give me a call.
You can't even afford the spelljamming helm. Why would I look for work with you?
Well, you never know what might happen in the future.
With those contracts, I doubt. But he just kind of pats your shoulder. I might. You do look kind of cute. Along with your friend over there, as he points to the chef.
Oh, that?
Aeolus just waves. Hi.
He waves back. But, again, I'm going to try and find a little bit of money. Maybe somebody will buy these contracts around here, and I will see you probably in the sky.
Hey, speaking of which, who might a guy talk to about selling contracts or deeds?
Person that would probably be most willing to is probably staring right at you. As for, let's say, criminally inclined, that's something that you'd have to figure out on your own. I myself just can't do business with Kind Grove anymore. So,
All right, well, we'll see you and your pet monkey later.
Roger is a saint, thank you. But,
Sure.
as he heads off.
Soren, like, waits till he leaves the room before putting the deeds in his pocket. Did you see that guy cut those dudes in half? He was like, and they fell over.
Attilian generals must be dangerous.
Yeah, well, I thought I smelled the stink from a mile away when we got here. At first I thought it was you, V.
Very, very nice.
Just deep breaths, Aeolus. Deep breaths.
And now, the deed in his pocket. We got business, fellas.
As you see V looking at Ilis, are you okay?
I'm okay. That was quite sudden. This didn't expect that to happen. I couldn't even react to it. That was
Terrified of the Attilians. And to be fair, if that's just one of their generals, I would never even expect somebody to go against them now.
well, if anybody has to, they'd have to be just as strong, if not stronger.
You see him shake his head. Alright. As you see Kind Grove like rubbing his face. Yeah.
Looks like you had a hell of a go at it.
Yeah, along with that. Do you mind cleaning them up? Jesus.
Oh, then? Oh, yeah, absolutely. On our way out.
No,
First,
no, he wasn't talking to you. As the secretary
Oh,
was
sorry.
going over. Yeah. Fuck. This
Well,
is
hey.
a shit show.
on the bright side, it's 4 less captains you gotta pay, right? Am I right?
was it that you just said?
4 less captains you have to pay, right?
Yeah, they didn't want pay. They came here for information. Come on.
Information.
As you
Come on,
see the
crew.
doors open.
Okay, I guess we might as well follow.
There's a lot that's been going on within these past few days.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. Why are you all back so soon?
We have information that might be valuable and worth your time.
He nods. Alright. He sits down. You also see that bug in the on the table again.
Soren will sit down and kick his feet up. Well, firstly,
That everyone else has seated, Aeolus also sits down as well.
I'd like to thank you for sending us to that godforsaken planet of Agatha 919.
Everyone's heard about the rumors of it. You should have known.
Yeah, well, first-hand rumors, 2 entirely different situations.
Yeah.
And, you little Antillian buddy, do you happen to know anything about them dropping off prisoners there?
They were doing what?
Oh, I don't know. Iolus, do you know what they were doing? I'm a little light on my pockets. I can't really tell if I remember that information or not.
Well, as Aeolus looks up, well, as far as I could tell, let's see, does Aeolus remember if the of the Antillians, if they had any sort of markings on them or brandings?
Can Soren kick Iolus?
Yeah.
He's gonna nudge him with his foot. We don't remember.
Aeolus is just gonna try to remember anyway.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you can roll history.
Oh my god.
Giving away your plan right there. It's like, damn it!
Alright, fine. Let's be broke, Iolus. You're right. You continue on with your intelligent plan.
As you actually don't remember any branding.
Yeah, nope, I don't remember any sort of branding on those people, but there were certainly a lot more people than the Antillians would definitely bring along. They definitely don't seem like they were willingly working for them, if at all, as Aeolus just states.
Soren, you don't remember anything, really? You just see him
Well,
shake his head.
depends. How much is that information worth to you, Kind Grove?
Depends. How much do you have of the survival guide done?
Well, a great portion, but unfortunately, considering the events that went on, a lot of it was damaged. But if you allow me, I can recite everything I remembered. However, we find ourselves in the pickle of no compensation.
Your compensation is me getting your Sunfire Forge working.
Yeah, well, you know what? Considering all the damage it took traveling to that planet, I'd say we have to be a little bit fair here.
If you got it damaged on your way there, that's not on me.
Well, no, it was damaged on Agatha 919, thank you.
Why didn't you keep it someplace safe?
Well, for instance, I don't know, perhaps it's the deadly beings that we had to make a narrow escape from. Unless you know a way for us to fly personally, we had to get our ship down to atmospheric level.
You see him stand and slam his hands down. This is for the last time. I don't care about your ship status. You came here looking for a forge, I'll give you a damn forge. The issue is, I have to deal with not only this issue that you're bringing up right now, minus everybody else, and an Attillian general in town. Your problems are the least of my damn concerns, so tell me, what do you want so I can get done with this damn conversation?
Well, I'd like some money and a little bit of repairs. Also, been doing some serious thinking. Let's say we cut the price a little bit, and I take your boy V off your hands. He's proved very useful on my ship, and I don't think I can fly without him anymore.
Oh, you mean V, the same person that you got his hand severed?
V did that to himself. Thank you very much.
You see V look at you and shake his head.
Well, I don't have very many notes, but Aeolus well, in character, Aeolus is going to hand him a small journal of the things that he's written down in observation of the local wildlife. Since we did stay there for how long again? At least 2 weeks?
It's about 4 nights.
4 nights, okay, 4 nights. So we spent 4 nights in there. Would each night before Aeolus goes to bed, he would at least have taken some notes, or at least attempt to actually try to do the job.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure all of you did something like that as he takes the notes into his hand. See him take a deep breath before reading through. Okay. He taps
Look.
on the desk and sets it down.
Now, I understand you got your own problems. We got problems too. And the position you're in, of course, you can come off a little bit to help us out. Least you can do considering the planet we just went to. For the benefit of your book.
I'll take whatever expenses that you're wanting off of the total that I brought to your ship as well. I will give you income based on that. So give me all the notes you have, and I will calculate how much you all can get.
Aeolus is gonna shake his head. I think I've just passed you everything all at once there.
He nods to you and he's like, "About you."
Soren pulls out a collection of papers and slides them across the table.
He looks at it. You both did a lot of detailing, which I thank you for. This just isn't enough for a guide.
How about we consider the down payment as a part 1, and we travel back when we can? But right now, that's impossible for us. Everyone's ship is taking damage. Everyone's got issues right now. But that's the most we can get. And you know what? We lost a crewmate in the process. I think that's fair enough to call it even.
Be right back.
You see him take a deep breath. I'm sorry for your loss. And I'm sorry for every single person that's having to deal with whatever the hell happened. Do you have any idea what kind of pressure that puts on an entire nation like us? We're a junction. We have to deal with that. Our income's not going to be coming anytime soon. I can pay you, but you're not going to like the total. I also have your parts.
Well, how about this? Soren takes his feet off the table. Let me keep V on as my crew. You pay me what you can to get the fixes, and whatever work we have to do in between to make sure you get a little bit back, we will. Despite the sum, something I have to live with, and it is what it is.
You see him take a few moments. You'd have to abide by Scion rules if you were to do that.
Won't be the first time I was under somebody else's rules.
You see him stand up. Fine. And I'll give you a few jobs, that way you can at least go out there and find something for me, figure out what's going on. I need to know more about what happened on that planet, though, and what you learned about whatever the Atilians were doing.
I'll give you all the information I have on the Antilians dropping off there, but I get to keep V, as discussed.
You see him look over, and what do you say? V just takes a minute. I need to get my hand fixed first. I know that
help.
You see him
Okay,
look
I'm
at you
back.
as you're talking.
Oh, and getting V's hand fixed. I meant to throw that into the deal, but, you know.
I have to go to Targon for this. I know that there's somebody who can handle like this. As Kynegrove just nods, I was going to try and figure out a way for that myself. So that's fine. It's fine.
We have a deal, kind of.
He sits, holds out his hand. Fine.
Soren shakes his hand.
He shakes and then finally sits back down. Now explain, what all did you learn?
Well, after we found ourselves in, I have to admit, probably one of the scariest damn caves I've ever been in. We determined that the Antillians have been dropping off prisoners there. Unfortunately, considering the wildlife, none of them really make it. However, why they're dropping off the prisoners there, I couldn't tell you, Kind Grove. I don't know why they would choose Agatha, probably based on how dangerous it is. But if the Antillians are dropping off prisoners at a dangerous planet like that, those prisoners or people have something that the Antillians don't want people knowing. Or they don't want them to get away. They definitely want them to die. We did encounter this, though. Soren pulls out the paper with the symbol on it and slides it across the table. What do you know of this? And how important is it to the Antillians?
He pulls it up and he looks at it. Huh. I'm not quite sure. I've never actually seen something like this.
Well, it's something that I'd like to know. As Soren slides the sleeve on his arm up, revealing the mark. I found that there, right next to my dead crewmate, and a couple of poor Antillian souls.
That's interesting. How long have you had that?
Yes, for as long as I can remember.
So, I have a few questions about you, if you don't mind, because I never got any about you. I only know about your history with Koger.
Yeah, probably a conversation best with my crewmates taking care of a few things in town.
You see him shake his head. This is more important to everything here. So I'll handle everything. Give me a couple hours and I'll have your equipment. But I need to know, where do you come from?
I don't know. Okay?
Like, you have no idea about parents or any of that?
No. My dad was some deadbeat with a bad gambling habit. My mom was some kind of... who fucking knows? All I remember is getting raised by Koger, alright? Dad got in bad with the sharks. No fucking coin to back it up, so I get sold to Koger. The rest is history.
How old were you when that happened?
4, 5, I guess. So long, man.
How old are you now?
17.
See him nod his head.
Soren scratching the side of his head, clearly uncomfortable with the conversation. Do we really have to talk about this?
I needed to know. I'm trying to place time frame on when that would have happened. Because your mark, if that's happening around that time, that means this is long running. I don't know when these people were hurt. But anyway, I'll look into this. Here, he starts pulling out a small, pretty much a bill of sale as he starts signing off a few things. And he slides that to you. Go on to my secretary. He'll go ahead and get you paid at least a little bit. Then I'll get everything together for you. You can go to the bars. I don't care. You can even stay here if you wanted.
You read my mind. Soren walks off. You guys coming?
You say around here, yes?
Yeah, you can go through the entire hall. I don't mind. It's been pretty empty lately because of everything that's happening. And V, you can go and try and get to Targon for a little while and come back. I'll wait. As he just nods.
Okay.
So as you come back out, you don't see any of the bodies. Just the man standing there kind of slapping his hands together.
Man, oh man. If I had someone like you cleaning my ship, it'd be spotless.
Yeah, I guess. Who are you?
I'm the guy with the paper here. Hands it over.
Oh, okay. Give me a moment. Oh,
Soren leans against the counter here.
That's interesting. I didn't know that he would do it for songs like this. Alright. He starts writing in the journal. Alright, give me just a minute. See him open up the door. You see him. It closes. You don't know where he goes.
So do I have V's contract, by the way, now?
No.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, you don't have the contract currently. Like, he hasn't handed it to you. He was getting everything together, remember?
Oh, yeah.
As you see him come back out with what looks like a small chest. Just, alright. Excuse me. Yep, thank you. As he sets it back out, moves the apples out of the way. Well, here you go.
What's this?
That's your payment.
This?
Yeah.
Soren flips it open. What does he see?
About 20,000 gold.
That'll do it. Soren closes the chest.
There's also a note that he wanted me to give you. 1 second. Where is that at?
A note?
Yeah. Let me find it. Alright, here we go. Here you go.
Soren will take the note. Thanks. Can I read it to myself real fast?
Yeah.
Is it in my handouts?
Nope. Because there's nothing on the sheet.
Hey, buddy.
Hmm?
I think you gave me the wrong paper.
No, that was the one.
Okay.
Mhm.
Soren holds it and puts it in his pocket.
Can I see that?
Captain's eyes only. You heard the secretary? It's for the captain. Soren grabs the chest and walks.
For
You
that
need
moment,
to roll a strength save if you want to do that.
Oh, that's right. It's 20,000 gold.
Yeah. As you just... it pours all out.
Oh, shit! Soren scrambles to get
in that moment, can Aeolus use his hold on.
You trying to pickpocket it from him?
He's gonna attempt to.
Alright, go
Are
ahead.
you pickpocketing your captain? Why are you so nosy? Why are you so nosy, bro?
Alright, and you use the... Oh, yeah, no. Just yoink. As Soren's like, oh. Yeah.
Oh shit! Gold. Gotta get a gold.
And you also see Iolus. It's just empty.
Aeolus is going to attempt to silently do this.
Yeah, I don't think Soren's paying any attention, dog.
Yeah, exactly. As you notice, yeah, there's tons on there.
Okay. Does it like make out anything?
It looks like it is a transmutation spell.
A transmutation spell, like on the paper itself, or
No,
is the paper
like the paper has been transmuted into paper.
Interesting.
Sorry, just come on, why is it not all fitting?
Aeolus is just gonna try to rub the paper. Does it seem like anything appears when he does so?
No, nothing.
Okay. He can only tell that it's very, very magical, but
Yeah.
can't read it, and there's nothing else to it.
Oh yeah, he did say bring the paper to him next time you meet.
Next time we meet, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, that wasn't right. That wasn't it. Who's that to anyway? Hold on. As he starts walking, he's like, okay, sorry, I needed my notes. Yeah, no, he said take it to Targon Smith.
Targon Smith.
Yeah.
Soren will hear the conversation. What do you mean? He feels for his he feels for the paper, but does not feel it.
When it's like the moment that he says that, it's like, would Aeolus be able to use his mage hand to sneak it back into his pocket?
You're gonna roll a Arcana for this because it's a little bit technical, but yeah, you probably could.
Okay, would I get advantage because he was distracted earlier?
He's moving around too much for advantage.
Okay. Well, let's try it.
As you do it, like Soren, you're like, wait a minute. Then it slaps you in the face because he was trying to go around your face.
What the fuck? Soren snatches it off his face. Did you?
As you see the mage hand floating there. Just...
You fucking dirty bread sniffer! Did you take this out of my pocket?
Well, I tried to.
You never getting paid ever. You're not getting a single fucking coin out of this chest.
Is his back turned to the chest right now?
yeah, it is.
Yep. Well, he doesn't see the mage hand because it's
Yeah,
passive,
yeah.
so
As he's scolding you.
Meanwhile, Soren's in Hyolos' face. I will count every single fucking gold coin. One of them missing, dead. Shot in the head. You, dead.
Does he even wait? Does he even say like? Does he even notice the mage hand behind him?
No, not anymore. He's yelling at you.
Okay. And he's all of that while the mage hand is just slowly just piling all the gold together.
Okay. Just yeah. So
Yeah, mage hand's gonna disappear then. For now. Yep.
Soren
Yeah.
finally done theming, turns around. Is all the gold piled up neatly now?
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
Thanks, V. He puts it back in the chest.
he just looks up. How could I have done that with one hand?
Well, you're resourceful. All right, give me a hand.
He looks over at Iolus. He always
Yep.
like this?
And he puts the gold back in the chest. He's like, "Hey, V, could you give me a hand with this?" I just did it. I'm
As
just
you're
kidding.
lifting it, he actually kicks your leg.
Oh shit!
And I need you to make a dex save.
Oh, what a dick!
He's pissed, dude. yeah, you catch yourself as he just walks off.
Yeah, well, I got what I came for. Soren does the eye point to his eyes back to Iolus. Don't be stealing my papers again.
Eolus just shrugs.
You paper thief. You paper thief slash cook slash.
I simply failed to get it considering that hit you on the face.
Yeah, well, don't do that again. Whatever that is with your magic and whatever.
Okay.
I say we go to the bar.
Eolus is just gonna raise up his eyebrow and it's like, are you sure you don't want to put it back on your ship first?
Well, yeah, that first, but after that, let's go grab a drink or two.
Okay. Do you need some help getting that back on the ship, or are you okay with that?
Yeah, I could probably use a hand.
Eolus is going to help Soren, carry that chest.
Alright, sounds good.
Okay. Ooh, it is a bit on the heavy side.
So you do carry it though, both of you do.
On second thought, I think we should load this up, get our ship fixed, and grab that drink on Targon.
Uh-huh. I guess we make our way back to the ship to deposit the gold.
Go and get walking.
I presume we're just gonna skip over there if we can?
No.
No?
Right,
No,
go
we're
right
gonna
outside the door.
We're gonna get fucking mugged. It's like,
Okay, so we're outside the door here.
One more step. You little fucking rat. As you see the
Sorry.
helmet get pulled off. And
so is it behind Soren?
No, it's to the right of Soren.
Oh.
Captain Koger. Wait.
Who's him?
Hey! Captain Koger! How you doing?
You know him, Soren?
You see him draw his weapon. Make
Whoa,
any move
whoa.
and you die.
Whoa, whoa,
Understood?
Yeah, about that. I gotta drop this off. This is really important.
Is Soren, like, just throwing it to Aeolus? Does Aeolus have to make a strength save to just suddenly handle all of that weight?
I think he's still holding it.
Cougar, hey! That was so long! You've aged a lot.
He actually looks like he de-aged, to be fair, but yeah. Just
You don't look a day over 12. Look at you.
as you see his gun that he has lift up the chest to see what's inside.
Nothing important there, Cobra. Just a bunch of paper. Come on, man. We're trying to get this back to the ship.
As he towers over you, for a moment you're unsure what to do. As you see him look over at Eldis.
It's a bunch of he's a chef.
And when you look over to Iolus, you just see the butt of the gun hit you in the back of the head. And as you lose consciousness, that is where we'll end this game.
No, come on, man.
Okay, and when he does that, like, do I